What's going on, team? Welcome back to the podcast, and welcome back to a safe space. Episode number, I have no idea, but I think we should. Tackle an issue that's going on in the world. I think we all know what's going on. Obviously, this global sort of lockdown. We'll touch upon how it's going to affect fitness and that. But the main message is going to be stay fit, stay healthy, and keep your family members and your loved ones safe. I've purposely kept quiet on this topic for a while. Two things really. One, trying to get my own head around it. There's no point in me sort of putting out into the world how we can tackle this or a way of tackling this, etc., if I have fucking no idea myself. So, give myself some time, just really think about it, really address some things, and really keep the people around me that I love safe, and make sure they are safe, and make sure we are fitting into a little routine that we got. And once we got that, then I can start dissecting this mentally, so we can go forward. So, COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's basically just another challenge that us as human beings need to overcome. It isn't new, but it hasn't happened for a very, very long time. Obviously, we've had the Black Plague in Britain, and there's been many, many diseases across the world anyway. But now we are getting, as the Western world, we are getting a taste of what it's like to live in the third world, and poverty-stricken, in when you go outside, you're scared about catching something because it could kill you. Obviously, it's not that severe. Hopefully, it doesn't get that severe, touch wood. But we're getting a little taste of their medicine, sort of thing. I'm not a scientist. I'm no doctor. I have fucking no idea if it is super severe. I don't know how long it's going to be. All I can do is give a little bit of my 2 cents on what I do know. I do know a little bit about fitness. I do know a little bit about training, and I do know a little bit about keeping people safe. I'd follow every protocol they give you. Obviously, staying inside is a massive one. Don't be an arsehole. Don't be a fucking arsehole. If you need to go outside, then so be it. But take the precautionary measures that they're giving you. There's those safety glasses now, so you don't get it through your eyes. You obviously have the mask, the gloves. Oh, pardon me. It's early in the morning. I just yawned. Pardon me. Or excuse me. Whatever the protocol is. Yeah. So if you are going outside, obviously taking the precautionary measures. But the big thing is, team, is staying safe. Like, to be honest with you, I was thinking about this for a few days and chatting over this with my missus. Basically, it's like, if everything else sort of falls apart, right? Everything else sort of falls apart to pieces. Job gets fucked over. There's no way you're going back to the job that you love. There's no way you're going back to the gym. There's no way of you having the same sort of routine that you enjoyed, etc. But your loved ones and your family are safe, then it doesn't fucking matter. At the end of the day, team, we are human beings. We are organic creatures. It means we live and we die. But we are also adaptable. We are adapting creatures. We adapted this far. It's called evolution. Darwin was onto something. We ended up sort of evolving over time to be able to fit in with whatever we needed to, with those environmental changes, with all those other factors that came into it. And it might be the same thing now. I don't know how long this is going to be. Obviously, it's going to be until we have a vaccine to basically protect ourselves from this illness, from this disease virus. So one thing I would say would be just try and create a routine. That's something that I'm going to try and do now. As of today, this is my day one. I allowed myself yesterday to sort of try and get my head around things. Today is when New Zealand goes into stage 4, which is total lockdown, but I allowed myself yesterday to just kind of get around it, um, mentally. And then today we're going to crack on with the routine. So I'm going to get up early, I'm going to have my coffee, I'm going to have 2 pints of water, just silly things like that. I'm going to get some work done. I'm going to need X amount of work done. I'm going to need X amount of free time. I'm going to work out at the same time. I'm pretty much going to eat at the same time. Hopefully, eat the same things as well. That usually helps me out. And just try and be outside as much as possible. I think the people that have got this the toughest are people in flats or apartment buildings. Like, that's going to be absolutely rough. But at the end of the day, if you're not alone, then you have to make sure the other person's okay, and they're going to make sure that you're okay, and just make the most of what you can. You got to make do and mend their team, and I don't know, like growing up, my mum always said make do and mend. My dad always said make do and mend. You have to make the best you can out of a bad bunch. You know what I mean? And even if it means just doing some silly shit, even if it means, getting a new hobby, or I'm really lucky. We're in this house, the three of us, and I can go outside in the garden. You know what I mean? Like, pick up a new hobby, pick up something, be creative. Start a new fucking YouTube channel and create some videos, or start a new Instagram and create some pictures, or whatever. And I just use it to your advantage. Make sure rent's sorted, make sure food is sorted, and make sure your family and your loved ones are safe. And other than that, team, it's basically just waiting it out and trying to stay sane. In terms of fitness, it's a tough one. People have been asking me, how am I going to stay hench? How am I going to stay big and strong? And this is probably going to be the answer that you don't want to hear. If you have zero equipment, which I have zero equipment, not even a single fucking dumbbell or empty bar. If you have zero equipment, your body's going to change. Full stop. Like, are you going to keep your strength? No, not really. It will stay there, but it will take some grinding to get back to it, if that makes sense. You're not going to be able to load up a barbell and squat whatever you could, or pick it up from the floor. However, you will get a little bit more rested, healed up. Those little bangs and injuries that you've been carrying around, little niggles, are going to get healed up, or the chance to. If you have a home equipment set, then I would create a specific program. I will be coming out with some home workout program. I've just got to try and figure out what equipment I want to do it with first, and whether I want to do a bodyweight version. I have got a home core workout program already on the site, which is brilliant. I'm going to be shotting through that as well, just me personally. But it doesn't. It's not rocket science, team. It's not rocket science when you like. I've got limited space and limited equipment. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to do push-ups, lunges, burpees, squats, mountain climbers, planks, Russian twists. All these things, like, they take zero space. They have zero equipment, and all you need is you. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that shit out. Obviously we've got the At-30. That's going to be body weight equipment. It's going to be no equipment, just your body weight, and that's going to stay running. 30 minutes or less. It's going to be body weight workouts, and then I'll be trying to create this little workout program at home. Maybe if you've just got a bar and a weight set, then that you can sort of still sort of follow something and crack on. But if you don't have any equipment, then your body will change. Period. Like, I'm not going to like it, especially if it's a few months in duration, this lockdown. I'm not going to like it. But at the end of the day, we're alive, we're surviving, and we're going to overcome it, and we're going to be stronger for it. Think back, think forward. And, most of my mates are in their early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, or even late teens. Think to 20 years' time, guys. 20, 20 years' time, you have your own kids. And you're able to tell them that you adapted and you overcame. That you pulled together with the stranger next door. And we all survived this. That's a pretty cool story, right? Those memories are going to resonate, and they're going to fill that youth, that next generation with strength and hope and wisdom and guidance. Or we could say, nah, we were so stupid that we didn't want to adapt. We didn't want to do this. We wanted to stay in our own lanes, and it basically fucked half the world. Exactly. You're not going to want to tell that story. So at the end of the day, team, like, I do believe we can go for runs. Please, 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 please check your government guidelines before you go and do anything. But I do believe you can go for runs. That really hurts my feelings because as you guys know, I'm no runner, but I might have to go for some jogs just to keep me sane. If you've got a decent sized garden or some sort of space, you can work on your handstands, your frog stands. You can work on some yoga, which is really going to be good for me. Hopefully, I get into a routine with some mobility and some yoga. You can body weight stuff, push-ups, handstand push-ups, air squats, lunges, jump squats, jump lunges, mountain climbers, core, anything. If you got a tree, you can do a pull-up on a tree branch, and then just lifting a shifting team, just fucking working with your hands. Like, we're going back in time. We are going back in time to a place where we're manual labour. Like, I grew up in a place where everyone works with their hands, and it's basically just going back to my roots of just, all right, well, what's our training today? Well, your training today is do fucking work and don't stop until it's done. I think it was Andy Bolton. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Andy Bolton, the first man who deadlifted 1,000 pounds. And how was he able to do it? Well, obviously he trained, but he was also working on the farm for 6 hours a day, and he basically created that tolerance and that volume and that work capacity through his body because he's just sheer volume through him. Now, do we have the opportunity to sit on our ass for the next X amount of time, play fucking Xbox or PlayStation, and wank till our dicks get sore? Yes, we do. But are we going to do that? No, we are not. We're going to adapt. We're going to change something. We're going to overcome, and we're going to make the most out of this shit situation. Hopefully, that's going to help, team. If you've got any questions and you want me to talk about anything, or hopefully we can get more people on this podcast, that's going to be fucking sick. Yeah, just let me know. Team, make sure your loved ones are safe. Make sure you're safe. Don't be a dickhead. Have a good one, team. Stay safe. Peace.